Hey, how's it going, guys? Hey, what do you think? Gonna short at the open? I don't know. Been a very strong day with not a lot of. I mean, obviously some opportunity to short, but I don't know. I wouldn't say go short, but we could get a little pullback off short. We uh, closed kind of strong, so maybe some mean reversion back down. But I mean, I don't know. What do you think? You think all the way to 370? Well, we closed at 23 350, so 60 to 70 would actually be would be a new high. Yeah, never made it to VWAP. It doesn't look like so. Um, one interesting thing. Look at a daily chart. We are right at the high from the previous day. So interesting. If we break out, we could retrace the next candle. If we don't, we could just go down. Um, that's kind of what I'm looking at. We're kind of at a key place where we could go down or we could go up. I'm sorry, I'm eating. It's mukbang trading. We open in about 4 minutes. Thank you. But yeah, I would say I wouldn't form too many opinions, but I had a very strong run up today that could very easily continue. We have not had a sign that that's not going to that's going to stop. So that would be um, my impressions. But I would look if I was to go short, I would look for. I don't know. We're gonna see how this open goes, but I could see it going short off open and then pumping right back up, kind of like it did yesterday. Maybe we can get to 330, 335 maybe, that would be a decent place to enter. 280s would be or even better, but I don't know. We got 2 minutes. One minute. Market's about to open. See what we get. Looks like we went up. Coming down maybe.
Order submitted.
Filled for one short.
Order filled.
And I'm just looking for maybe 37. I'll do 36.
Order submitted.
Kind of like the EMA on the 1 minute chart. Nothing huge, but ooh. Close. Alright,
order filled.
So that was a quick 170. And maybe we'll get more. I kind of want to see how the market's gonna. I mean, we're just still in the first minute. Take it slow. $59. Oh, you must have got short right away. Good for you. So there's EMAs kind of at this 40, 35-ish level. So we could support here, and that's kind of why I just took it off. It looked like we were going to bounce down on open. So I took a little short, almost 10 points. Like 8.5, I think. Not a very big trade, but if you can get 8 points and you can take 8 points, why wouldn't you? and that's kind of what I thought we were gonna hit that EMA, and I wasn't sure after that, so I just went for the quick scalp. If I would have took maybe 2 contracts position size, I could have sold one, and then I could have left a runner, but I didn't do that. So strange thing, I need to see. Yeah, 186. 186. I mean, you're asking for a lot. Um, 186. I mean, could we go to 186? Sure. It's like 2/3 down or something from. I just wouldn't expect that. I think those price targets like that you have in mind, you'd have to watch it. And first off, we have to actually see the trend flip. We are still supporting a long bias. Just in the short term time frame, we got a little dip, but um, we actually opened higher. We opened at 60 roughly, and now we're at 40. That's 20 points. It's not. Yeah, 20 points isn't super meaningful in the term of us actually going short. I don't know. I guess if we were to look at the chart, not a daily, maybe a 15, we could look at maybe where the market could go and still support along, and we have a ways down, of course, to still support to break anything. Yeah, we are, but what's to say we don't just so we're at the top of a V. Well, I wouldn't say a fast V recovery. I mean, one day down, one day up. So we didn't do it like instantly. Um, Sometimes we get these thoughts in our head, and we can allow our thoughts to control maybe a little bit more than they really should. Like last night, people were like, "Oh, it's just a dead cat bounce. It's just a dead cat bounce. It's gonna plummet on the New York Open." Did it? No. So we can say we're at the top of a V recovery and that we're due for a dip. Doesn't mean we'll get one. We can be due for something. That doesn't mean we get it. This could retrace all the way back up to high. We could even break out. I mean, I don't think that's going to happen tonight, but it could. We could break out tonight. There's no reason we couldn't. We completely recovered. We could fill it. I don't think it's going to happen in the overnight session, but very high chance of an early liquidity sweep trap. Yeah, and it could just be a trap, of course. But if that's the case, if it truly goes short, we're going to have an opportunity to grab it, whether it just starts plummeting and maybe you go to MNQ versus NQ and you take a couple. When things start free falling, it can be kind of scary just to go full NQ contract size, but we could get in some maybe at a MNQ. I don't know. I mean, there's a good chance we bounce right here. Maybe back to 45. If we don't break this 35, we can go back to 43 pretty quickly. I don't know. Oftentimes the market wants to do what we don't want it to do. So, to see the market move up even more, it wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't be surprised if we're maybe targeting like 23.5, 23.6. Which could play to be a liquidity trap, or it could prove to just mean we had a nice dip and now we recover. I would think and hope for everybody to at least realize after today, we're not necessarily in a bearish market anymore. Not to say we ever were the last 2 days. Obviously, we had a couple red days. That doesn't mean we're in a bearish market. But today could literally be that proof that we had a little hiccup and now we're going right back up. Maybe be breaking highs today or sometime this week. Yeah, I don't know. Well, maybe it's building support here. So if we don't fail to break this, which we might do it right now, maybe. We'll see. 1 minute chart. What's to say we don't cup right back up? The other thing is, and this is a 1 minute chart, so I try not to get too focused on it, but kind of looks like a descending wedge.
Order submitted.
Let me try this the long here if we can get filled.
Order filled.
And it might just fail, but
Order submitted.
very high chance of it. Early liquidity sweep trap. So I almost think with what you're saying, a very high chance of an early liquidity sweep trap would actually support an argument that we go higher, and then people get trapped. You guys seeing anything in any trades yet? Or just kind of watching? Still to sell. Yeah. I'm gonna put you guys on mute for a second. I'm gonna take this phone call.
Order submitted. Order filled. Order submitted. Order filled. Order submitted. Order filled. Order submitted. Order filled.
Alright guys, give me 1 second to get my screen back. So I did a little bit of averaging. Technically I'm up since I took this long. That has not gone in my direction, but it's because of averaging.
Order submitted.
You guys see the screen and everything again? You should be able to. So this could be some support right in this area. Or not, we'll see.
Order filled. Order submitted.
So that was kind of an interesting level around the 24, 23. Be interesting if we can push through this. My ad is almost... Oof. Don't really want to move it. I want my ad to get taken off where I put it. I could move it. I don't know if I want to. Looks like some orders just got taken off the DOM. Or the level 2. Long here. Not completely surprised that we're opened red just because we kind of were breaking out, so maybe we need to, even on to go further along, maybe we needed a little pullback. We really haven't pulled back too much, to be honest. And it hasn't been out of control, so we could definitely just go right back up. Some orders coming in and out of the DOM. Don't really like that. It's looking like we might push up. Had kind of a lot of buyers come in right here at this level. To me, that kind of signals we might have found some people to support that price, push this market high. Now it looks like My ad might get taken out, which is fine by me. But we still gotta get past that area of resistance that we got stuck at, which was right around 20, just under my limit cell. So we'll see if we can do it or not. A lot of orders got taken off in both directions, it looks like. Let's see how that looks on, yeah, so see on the 5 minute, that wick, that kind of, I mean, obviously the candle hasn't closed yet, it's the 5th. But I bet on a 5 minute it looks like, well, maybe not. Doesn't look that great on a 5 minute, I guess. Just looks indecisive. What are you guys thinking right now? look at a longer time frame like this 2000 tick, I think we're still bullish at the moment, even though it looks a little bearish. We could easily trick everyone into getting short and then boop, right back up. Hard to say. Markets change quickly. I don't think it has to wait for a new market to open or close for it to do something. Sometimes they can be catalysts for something, but not always. There's really not. I mean, yeah, we went down, but think about it. There really hasn't been that much selling pressure, especially if you compare the buying pressure we had today. It won't take. Would you get just a little bit of that back? We're right back at the top. It wouldn't take too much. Could happen right now. Getting a little bit of a push off that low. It's a 5 minute chart. That's almost like a double bottom right there. That could be exactly what we need. Market find a level, bounce, retest it, move higher. I'm not saying that happens, but that could happen pretty easily. Maybe it doesn't, but I mean, now we're like, obviously the candle hasn't closed, but it kind of looks like a doji indecisive. If we look at the book map, level 2, it almost looks like we found that support we needed to move higher. And I'm pretty confident that's going to work, so I'm going to move my average to 31 because this is looking like it's going to rip to me. So if I can get a couple extra points, I will be happy. But we do need to get past this level or it's not gonna happen. Getting a little bit of a push. Gotta break it though. That 27, 28. 27.5 is where we're stuck. VWAP's at 32. And that's the other thing. Maybe we're just trying to get to VWAP and then push lower off of that. It's possible. $15-minute graph has a nice little wick to it. Gonna break the 29-ish level. And we're potentially all the way in the close to 40. Little dip, but it looked like it got bought up really quick, so that could be good for longs. Sellers try to sell it and buyers bought it up. Basically a little war is happening between longs and shorts, bulls and bears, to decide what the market wants to do. And kind of in that middle ground space. Oof. So this is probably the hardest part about Asia, is that you have to be patient. If you're short right now, you're hoping it breaks, and it keeps not breaking. If you are long right now, you're hoping it breaks the long side, and it keeps not breaking. Basically, no matter what you're in, you're annoyed. Getting a little push here. Maybe you should just take the one off here and versus risking not, but not going to. At least not yet. If we break 30, we go to 31 pretty quick. Orders looks like they're disappear a little bit. Some of those people who are maybe supporting the market down and getting scared that we're gonna go up. Maybe not. I don't know. But you can see how this candle obviously is not closed yet, but it's looking like it could just cup and handle right back up. Don't like that it's hanging out here so long. Be nice to get a move. We're almost there. Looks like it wants to push through. Whether it will, oof. We're so close. Come on, push, push, push. Looks like those orders around 30 are clearing up. A little push here. Come on. Oof. Hopefully I didn't miss my opportunity to get out of that. So this is tricky, guys, because we're still in a good place, technically, for a recovery, like I was saying. But I do see the potential short, especially from this VWAP, so I would really like to get out of my ad. But I want to get the most for it, too. I don't want to just sell it when I could stand to make a little bit from it. I think it's going to fill at 30. Remember, I moved it, had it at 29.25, then I moved it to 31. And I'm just trying to get 30. I think that's kind of a happy in between. Maybe I'll lower it down a little tiny bit. But let's see, let's hear the book map. Let's just move it to 29 and see if we can't get filled. Filled.
Order
Would
filled.
have got my 31, but oh well. So just to recap so far tonight, I took that quick short down, and then I've just been averaging on this market down, and in my long. I've never had more than 2 contracts at one time. About 270, 250 now. Yeah, I don't know. So I think we do need to get past this VWAP level to truly get strong. But this could be a recovery right here from this, what might be a pullback. And I guess we are due for a deeper pullback, but we've been due for a deeper pullback all day long. And we never got it. So just because we're due for it, I don't think we need to necessarily means we can't bet long. And same in the reverse when it keeps going up and up and up. Or the opposite when it goes down, down, and down. We're due for it to come back up, and it doesn't always for a long time. Just because the market's moving in a direction doesn't mean it has to come back to EMA, VWAP, whatever indicator you're looking at. It can do that when it wants to. I could see the market pushing back up to the 40s or 50s. Trapping any of the people that went short that haven't gotten out yet. $15. Keep in mind we gapped up. We started from here, moved down, found some level of support, kind of a doji in between. And here, we're kind of in an in-between space, I guess. I don't know. You guys seeing anything interesting? Anything that making you maybe get in your trade, get out of your trade? Kind of looks like we want to push right now. Strange Zing, are you still in your short? I think one thing for us to really be mindful of during Asia, the moves aren't always going to be very big, so um, we're not going to get these big, huge movements like we do during the New York session. So 20, 30, 40 points, that can be a lot for Asia. We already had that to the downside. It's like some orders are coming in to support the market in a bullish direction. But there's still some orders up here. I mean, kind of neutral, I guess. Looks like we might be a little more order stacked on the buy side than the sell side, supporting the market to go up. And one thing, kind of like I did last night, um, was mostly short bases off the night, and we went up, but I still took profits when I was in the green, and I would re-enter and did averaging. So you could be short biased tonight, and we might go up, but if you do it right, you can still make good money. Made 24, 2,500 last night per account. So sometimes you have to be a little bit more active and get in and out and not just stay and sit on your hands. But it looks like we have a nice cup and handle kind of going. Dip. Come right back up, form a cup. And handle. Supporting off VWAP now.
Order cancelled.
No real
Order
particular
submitted.
reason why I'm picking that 45 price. I am. Don't mind getting out for a profit. the risk and things like that, a lot of that's gonna, how much you put on is gonna depend on maybe how many accounts you're trading, how confident you are in the market to do what you want, the setup. Some of it is other factors too. You might be kind of tired or something. Like I'm a little tired today. I worked all day. I might not want to get stuck in a trade. So, um, you know, it's maybe not that there's not potential for this to run up super high, but I also don't want to get stuck in this not working out. Already up 400 some on my accounts. Walking away at 500 might not be a bad move. That's not to say I don't watch the market or get back in, but like there's a fair bit of sellers at the 40 and just before 45, but it looks like some of those orders just got taken off. Looks like we're going to push right through 40. And maybe not. Maybe. Just under 40 right now. Yo, what's up, man? How's it going? Got some orders that just came in down here. The 35 level. Hopefully that's acting as a support, not a magnet. Not that 35 would be that bad, but orders at the top side look like are being taken off slowly, so whoever was maybe trying to push the market down actually doesn't want those orders to get filled, and maybe they were just pushing the market down so their orders on the buy side could get filled. I think a lot of us would like a short. However, the market failed to provide a good short all day. I don't know if that's really going to happen. It might at some point. Looks pretty bearish after taking previous high. I don't think that's true. I don't know what's bearish about market closed. After hours went higher. We actually gapped up on open. And yeah, we failed. Came back down. Didn't come. We went down about 40 points, which sounds like a lot, but that's a typical move in the market. And keep in mind that was also 10 points higher or something than the close. And my order just went through at 45,
Order filled.
so I'm at 576 on my accounts. And now we just retraced it almost all back, and we'll probably keep going higher. It looks like we will go higher. Bookmap looks pretty strong right now. So I don't know. Everybody wants to be. We had two red days, two big scary red days. We're just market's gonna die. Market's gonna plummet. It's August now. August is bad. We're not supposed to do good in August. But statistics don't always go true. I'm gonna look at what the graph is telling me, and right now the graph is not telling me we are that bearish. The fact that we just had this recovery to here might actually prove us otherwise, because granted, if we don't get up to this 60 level and don't push further, I mean, there's an argument that that's slightly bearish, but um, I'm trading minis. I mean, I don't really need to like hold. I can buy. Well, unfortunately, I averaged all this down and then sold back up. But I could wait till another opportunity like this presents. And we start breaking out and take 10, 20 points. We don't have to have the market keep making higher highs to trade in the long direction. And maybe this right here, I mean, that's kind of
Connection
wiki.
lost.
That maybe is a short opportunity. I don't know. But honestly, I don't know if I personally would. I don't know if I would really want to take that. That could be the short move, though. I mean, it does. I could. I don't think it'd be a horrible entry. For someone who wanted to go short. Maybe we wait till the candle closes, though. Pro Fast Guy. Good evening. How was your day, Nick? Like the food pick. I'm eating now. Just finished my workout and stretching. Nice. Yeah, it was a pretty good day. I was really busy at work, so I didn't really trade. I did get home at about 3:40, and I jumped in a long. Worked perfectly. Bought. Let me look back at the graph. It was right around in here, so we kind of were. The 15. We were kind of right in here. We were supporting off like this candle, and this was a little scary, but I just kind of thought it was gonna be more of a fake. We were still supporting here, so there was still that like, well, I'm buying. I bought at like 54 my first one, and I had another one buy a little bit lower that never got filled, and I ended up buying about 3 at 60. Sold one at 68, 72, 78, and then 84. So I made about $1,000 off that move higher. And obviously I missed out on a lot more to the upside, but I mean, it was a nice trade nonetheless. Kind of a little heavy on the size. I don't know if that was the smartest thing, but it worked. So yeah, maybe that was a good short right there, like we were just talking about. That same sort of candle that I like to look for, a wick, a candle that's wicking, and rejecting off of whatever the wick is a nice, not a bad place to enter. That happened here, hey, thank you. So getting out at 45 proved to work well. Like I said, that was more of a guess. I didn't know this candle was going to wick. That was just more of an intuition that it was an area. We got to it, we might have a reaction off of it. But it wasn't such a intuition that, oh, I'm not only going to sell, I'm going to go short here. No, I didn't have that. So we could have easily gone to here, tested this high, and broke out. I just said I was going to take my money and run. And now we're testing this lower side. We could just be starting a choppy chop fest here. Or we break lower. Who knows? It's kind of like this sort of action, unless I took this candle up here, kind of when I called it earlier, I wouldn't really. I don't know I don't know how to get into this trade, smartly. I could do it, but if I get in short here, my stop loss should be up here. I don't know if I want to risk all that. Or I have to play some huge averaging game. And you guys could notice when I went against what I said last night, I mean, it worked out fine. I had to average a lot. But I could have waited to go short, and it would have made my life a lot easier. And I would have made even more money. So being patient might prove to pay off here. I think that's one thing you will learn the more you're in markets. Is sometimes it's better to not actually physically be in them at all times. We don't have to be in the market at all times to be making money. Because you also have to remember, whenever you're physically in a market, you have the chance of losing money as well. So I am going to practice patience tonight. At least I'm going to try to. We'll be right back, guys. We're just going to go to the bathroom real quick. Alright, pretty much in the exact same spot. Aw. Okay, let me go from the stop. I missed MOC laptop, literally died as it came out. I did good today, just didn't make the dollar amount I wanted, up 425 in the day. Well, sometimes we need to not be greedy with the exact amount, because being green is still green. It's better than being red, so be happy that you're up that much on the day. If that's a live account, $425, that's what some people make. I mean, a lot of people don't make that in a day, I don't think. Well, I know. 425. 425. Let's say you work 8 hours. That's $53 an hour. Most people do not make $53 an hour, so that's pretty good. Be happy for that. Cochini, I hate when you leave, Nick. Oh, I'm sorry. I had to pee. Yes, less time with the money on the table. Yep. Well, breaks your heart. Well, I'm back, so I hope you're happy. 150 cents market open. Yeah, that's great. I mean, think about it this way: market's been open for 90 minutes, and you're up $150. That's not that good at math. 80 bucks, 75 bucks an hour, or something like that. No, more than that. It's like 90 bucks an hour or something. Like, that's great. Obviously, you had a chance of losing money, and that's why you can make money at an extensive rate. But that's really good money. Oh, funded, nice. So 150. I'm gonna assume you have like a 90-10 profit split. So that's like 130 bucks. 135. That's pretty good. And buy. I mean, maybe. Yes, I know. I just called and I put lines on the charts and just didn't pull the trigger. I know I should have over 1,000. Well, that may be true. Yeah, but sometimes we have to also say, I, for whatever reason, whether personal fault, computer fault, whatever it is, it didn't happen. Put it behind you and just look for the next opportunity. And in this circumstance, you should just also be happy you didn't lose money. Because I am at work for most of the real trading session. I could look at these graphs and be like, oh my god, I could have made $20,000 today if I was just sitting in front of my computer. Reality is, we don't know that would have happened. Could have. Pro Fast Guy, I like how you look at things, teaching me to be more disciplined. Appreciate it. I mean, I feel like if I was to look back at whenever I fail accounts or whenever I mess up, normally it's because A, being impatient, and B, over leveraging. So, and sometimes the over leveraging can really work out in your advantage, yes, but it's also the same thing that works against you. Pro Fast Guy, agree. I think I'll be following discipline with him. Appreciate it, guys. We don't need to take every trade. And sometimes, this sounds crazy, sometimes I don't want to take every trade. Sometimes I'm almost at the point tonight where I had a long day at work. Yeah, I want to sit here, I want to make money, but I actually would like to go to bed. I don't want to stay up all night. I'm not going to be up till 1 a.m. like I was last night. Bruno Sutton, tell the market to go up. Well, I can tell the market to go up, but don't mean it's going to listen. Go up, market, go up. Let's go up, up. It didn't go up. Hope that made you happy, though. Mervoski, I like you, bro, very much. Feel good with you for real. Appreciate it. I actually enjoy trading with you guys as well, so it's good company for sure. Yes, same. Oh, let me look. So my little chant for the market to go up didn't work. We went down. So you might not want to ask me to do that again. I don't possess that power. All right, looks nice, Pro Fast Guy. He sent me basically a picture. This kind of looks. I think it's Top Step. his stats and whatnot. So he has pretty good stats. I mean, I don't think he cares if I say them, but average win weight at 90% and a losing rate of 10. Profit factor of 4.95, so that's pretty good. That don't really make sense to me. I don't always follow these things that closely. So this is an average win of 0.55. So it's saying $60 green, negative 107. It doesn't really make sense to me, but from what I can see, it's good. I think it's just saying that you're. Oh, okay. So your average loss was unfortunately almost twice as big as your average win. But considering you win 90% and you've only lost 10%, that's pretty good. Not sure how many days we're looking at. That might. I think that's just today. So those are good metrics, of course, but obviously we need to not do them just in one day, but over time. Try not to get too stressed on stats for one day, just because I can make $1 million today, but if I lose $1 million tomorrow, what does it matter? But yeah, keep up those. I mean, if you can keep those up, that's good. For sure. I'm not trying to put you down by saying that. I'm just trying to be honest. So that looks like a kind of a wick. Maybe, let's look at the book map. Maybe we buy here? I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't look bad, the wick. What do you guys think? Support, wick. VWAP's right there, though. I'm gonna try to buy at 22 maybe.
Order submitted.
Sell? You just told me for the market to go up, Bruno. I'm gonna come back and give you good stats again. You have me really wanting to prove myself to my first, to your fist? Oh, well, I know what you mean. You reversed? I mean, I don't know, could be. But I just went
Order
long.
filled.
I like this wick if it holds. It looked nice. Slight break, maybe trap some people on that a little bit of a break. It's kind of my thought, and then potentially run it right back up. And I'm not taking a huge amount of risk. Bought at 22. Low of the session is just under 15. Oh, to myself first and foremost. Yeah, I mean, you should trade for hopefully yourself and your family, not for anybody else. No liquidity. I need to go to a 100 tick chart. LOL. Yeah, let me go back to that chart. I don't use the 100 tick. I use the 150, but maybe my computer will let me look at it. Let's see. Okay, here we go. man, this was a new high on the on today, not on the whole market. Uh, Low didn't break higher. Technically a new low. So maybe we're bearish, but we also might be range bound. I'm single and live alone, but yes for me. Yeah, same. Mohammed, how can I start day trading while working full time? Well, I don't know what you do for work. I don't know your hours, but say you work maybe a typical job like 9 to 5. You could trade at night like I am doing right now. That would be one way to get involved. I'm thinking I trade MNQ for in Asia. I mean, I think I preferably like trading full contracts, but it is not a bad idea to trade smaller when you're not as confident. So if you're not very confident, I think that might be smart. Mohammed, what are you trading right now? Asia? Yeah, this is Asia. I mean, I don't know if it's technically Asia. It might be in a couple hours, but I call it Asia. Um, but yeah, and then this is NASDAQ. And Asia can be very choppy. The wedge is back, you think, Chris? To the downside, though? Meaning we're gonna go up? Is that what you're saying, Chris? A different type of wedge, for sure. If that's what you're talking about. Not very wedgy. Yeah, I figured, because I was gonna say, I don't really see anything wedgy. Looks more just neutral. Slightly lower lows, but I mean, it's slight, and we're still pretty high up on the end of day, so I mean, I don't know. Maybe this will work out. Let me go to Bookmap. Bruno, 7K paper trading margin right now? What do you mean? Paper trading margin. It doesn't make sense. Does it just mean you have an account with $700,000 in it, like a sim, like a sim account, not like a prop firm? Oh, okay. So like, it's not a test account or anything like that. A prop firm. It's just you have like a fake account basically, and you're trading in it. Well, that's good. That's like if so, that's a good way to start. You don't need to buy props to learn. It's probably better to learn in that environment of fake money. The only challenging thing with that is us as humans want the ability to be able to make money off of it, and if we know there's no true ability to make money off of it, we may do things differently. Versus like when it's even just a test account. We know if we pass that account, we can get to a funded account. We know in the funded account we can make real money. We do well enough in a funded account, we move to a live account, and things might get even better for us profit split wise, or more margin, or whatever. We are going to take different risks. We're going to respond differently under different stresses of being up 1,000 or down 1,000, what have you. Yeah, like fake money. I'm pretty sure I understand what you're saying. What would you say is the best way to practice and learn? Well, I actually think you're doing a good job. It's probably good to practice in completely simulated environment with no props or anything first for a period of time. But if you feel like you're starting to do well, first off, I would change the 700K paper trading. I would try to set it up to be equal to whatever size prop you plan on buying, and try to set up similar rules, and see how you do. That would be my first step. And then if you feel like you're doing well with that, then I would say buy that similar account at the prop firm of your choice and try to pass it. And maybe just keep doing that if you don't, or maybe you say, okay, I did this didn't work, I'm going to pull back, go back to that complete sim account, try to practice some more on whatever I was failing on the prop firm with, and then go back once you feel better. That's going to be a personal decision, and some of it will also depend on, you have to be honest with yourself. Are you truly able to practice in that sim account meaningfully, knowing that it's completely fake and there's nothing attached to it? I don't know if I would. I would probably take slightly more risks sometimes than I maybe would, knowing that if I don't, I just reset it the next day and I start over. I feel like even if it's just a combine, or a test account, there's some level of real money associated with it, and there's some potential benefit that having that, even if it's as small as $50 a month, could provide a different level of education compared to just try to sell here at 32.
Order submitted.
Got a little, I don't know. It worked a little bit more than I wanted to, and there's some sell orders. And I wasn't super confident in this buy either, so let's see if I can't get filled here, or I might just close it. I think we can get a push to 32, hopefully. Come on. Right there. Right there. Come on. Push up just a little bit. Don't like that it's... Okay, well, it looked like it should have filled right there. Should fill in a second. gonna get out. It just looks like it's gonna curl right back down. It wasn't a lot, maybe like
Order filled.
7 points roughly, maybe, I don't know. 8 points, and yeah, it went right back down. So I'm glad I took that out. I was trying to get out, and it just wasn't working. Let me go back to what you guys were saying. With smaller sums of money, obviously, where would you say is the best place for growth, like futures or stocks, or a bit of everything? 500? Well, it's kind of a loaded question, because, like, and I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm not going to tell you, like, to put money in, like, anything. You're going to have to pick that for yourself. With $500, though, like, I don't know what futures you would buy long term that would actually, like, have a good chance of not going to zero, just because there's so much leverage involved, even on a micro. They're not really things you hold, if that's what you're asking. Stocks, I mean, like, I love safe retirement plays. I have plenty of that. I'm in the military, and I have or government employee essentially, so I have what's called a TSP, thrift savings plan, similar to an IRA. I'm maxing that out right now every year, like 23,000 or something. And it's not like crazy returns, but I mean, you get 10, 15, 20% a year, average maybe around 12. That's really good compounding year over year, especially as that account grows. Um, so, I mean, traditional investing's great. And I believe in that. I don't think just because I like to day trade doesn't mean I can't invest normally as well. I don't think it'd be smart to day trade all your money. I don't think it's quite necessary either. I mean, we have props and all these things, so yeah, I don't know. But if you had to say a monthly budget of $50 or $100, you could buy a prop account, and that could be you could develop maybe a budget for buying props, and you could stick to it. And if you don't have money for that, maybe you could try to find a way to get money for it, whether that's like you Uber one Friday a month or something. I mean, I don't know. What do you do in the military? I'm a surgical tech in the military, so healthcare. Pro fast guy. Futures, I believe would be the best thing to start. You can trade 23 hours, 5 days with a full-time job. Yeah, from the time aspect, it does. And I wasn't quite sure his question was trading related, to be honest. So, Marovsky closed it. Yeah. It looks like we kind of curled right back up, but yeah, we did. And I could have got more money for it, but it's okay. I didn't take a loss on it, so I'm happy. High income ETFs paying dividends is what I'm working on outside of futures, a taxable account, and a Roth. I mean, it kind of depends. I don't know if I believe in. I think high income ETFs probably have a place. Dividends, I don't know if that's really what I think is the best long term, because you're looking for companies that are paying large dividends, and those companies aren't going to grow much. I feel like those will be things I may be trying to buy as I get older, like 50s, 60s. Probably not now. I think companies that are growing probably are going to do a little bit better. Like most of my retirement's in the S&P 500 essentially. Um, so you kind of have a mix of companies, but they're all large. Some are growing still quite a bit, and some aren't. And you have a taxable account and a Roth. Um, I only have a Roth retirement right now, and for now, I like it that way. Um, Prop account suggestions. I think it just depends what you're looking for. Surgical engineer. Not quite an engineer, but. So back to the prop suggestions. Have you traded anything, or have you? I guess first I'd say where have you started in the props? Like, have you had any accounts, and like if so, of those accounts, did you like them or not like any of them? And if so, what parts? Surgical scalper, yeah, a little bit. I'm into weekly and monthly ETFs. They are income. The NAV, I'm not sure what NAV stands for, isn't supposed to grow. They are highly active, highly managed. I'm trying to retire on dividends before 59 and a half, like in 5 years. Oh, well, best of luck. That's pretty young, so that'd be awesome to retire. Net asset value. So yeah, those types of things aren't going to grow. They're just, like you said, they're going to pay a dividend. Yeah, I don't know. They're interesting. Bruno, never had any experience, but in your opinion, what would you say is a good all-around prop account firm? Well, I wouldn't look for the cheapest one necessarily. I mean, obviously you don't want to spend a lot of money, but you don't want to. I would for sure want to be with a reputable company. And maybe it doesn't even matter at first because most people probably fail for a while, unfortunately. So it doesn't really matter. But once you do pass and you do afford yourself a payout, you actually want to receive that payout, and you'll be very mad if you don't get it, rightfully so. So I would look for a reputable company to begin with. Some of the bigger players that are reputable, in my experience and from my knowledge of myself and others, would be Top Step, MFU, like JTrade just said, Take Profit Trader. What else? Tradeify. There's others. Someone's saying Trade Day. I've never traded with them. I'm not sure if I said Top Step. Top Step's good. Bullnox I've heard is good. I don't. Their funding fee's kind of high, and that's one thing to look at is not just the cost of getting the account, but what's it going to cost to get the account funded. So for a new trader, maybe paying the funding fee isn't quite as big of a deal if the monthly cost is really cheap. Where personally, if I'm looking at an account, I'm looking at the both, because if I have to get it funded, if I pass the account, I want to get it funded, and I think I have a fairly good chance of passing accounts these days. So I have to factor the cost of actually making that account funded as well. So like Take Profit Trader right now, they're waiving the cost of funding it. MFU, My Funded Futures, I believe all their accounts are free to funded if you pass, so that account's already built in. Whereas like Top Step, the cost of the account, and regardless of size, is $150 to get the account funded. So $150 on 150K is not isn't super crazy, but on a say a 50K account, it's kind of pricey. So something to look into. I have Profast Guy. I have Voo. That's all I have in my retirement. I just manage it myself. The taxable is the rest. Yeah, I think Voo is that's like the Vanguard version of the SPY. I think roughly. I'd have to double check, but JTrade, Y3 DOMs, different accounts. Yeah, different accounts, and I just want to be able to make sure. Sometimes when you copy trade, there's always that chance that on one account the order fills and the other account it doesn't. So it's good to make sure that way I don't screw myself, basically. Mervosky, look for the most liquid prop firm. Yeah, I'm assuming you mean like the most stable, like Profast Guy. Yes. High. Everyone has different prop that works better to your style. Yeah, exactly. Like some people intraday drawdown doesn't matter. It doesn't really affect them that much. Some people intraday drawdown kills them every time. So things to look into. Hi, if you suck at evals, do Apex or Bullnox because they are cheap with an activation fee. If you hate eval stage, use Funded next because you can pass in one day. If you want easy payouts, use TPT, Take Profit Trader for daily payouts. Hi, MFU, My Funded Futures is the best all around. I mean, we're all going to have our opinions. I don't really agree with everything you said. But yeah, I mean, there's lots of choices, and what works best for me sounds like it probably isn't the best for high, for example. But I think Take Profit Trader is my number one. And I think there are a lot of people's number ones these days. Funded Next. I've never used Funded Next. I forget. Yeah, Take Profit Trader is pretty legit. Funded Next. Do they have that's a newer firm, I believe, or no? I don't know. I'd have never used them. Does one thing I will look for in a firm, and if they don't have it, the odds of me using them are pretty low. I want an opportunity to go live with them. Any prop firm that doesn't have the opportunity to go live, I have to question in my head how the only way they can ever make money is by evals. They're never gonna make money off sim because sim is a losing. When they pay out on sim, they lose money. I mean, end of story. They don't. There's no way for them to make money on sim. So, if you are a successful trader, why would they want to keep paying you on sim forever? The short answer is they don't. The only way they're gonna make money off a successful trader long term is to move you to live and then for you to perform in the live environment. So, any firm that doesn't ever push you to live, I have to question the whole firm as a whole, because I feel like at some point they're going to cut you and they're not going to let you trade sim anymore, or they're going to stop doing business with you. And if you look a lot on the internet, there are people that, especially the smaller firms, they have cut them because they were not profitable to that firm anymore. Once they know they can't make money off of you, why would they keep you around if they don't offer live? So that's something I would look at. Maybe isn't as important like at first if you're not like, but if your plan is to grow with the company, I would want to see that they have a pathway to live. Yeah, they are not US based, so they get loopholes. See, I don't like that. I would prefer to trade with an American based company because I feel like they're not going to, less chance of getting screwed. But you guys make those decisions yourself. Um, I have 4 accounts with TPT, 150K, working hard to pass eval. Yeah. You need to check out a handful of prop firms, read all the rules, find out what platform they trade on, check out the trading platform, see if you like the platform. Plus, make sure the firm has a clear path to funded. Yeah, I agree. That's probably the biggest thing is knowing the rules. I don't know who it was. There was on Tiger's Discord, someone was pissed that they lost their TPT accounts because they didn't close their order. And as frustrating and as much as I can understand that, the other side of me is like, then Take Profit Trader doesn't hide that you have to close. Oh yeah, that was Profast guy, and I mean I felt bad for you. I did genuinely, but the other side of it is like the rules are posted, and if we choose not to read all the rules, memorize the rules, and then if we happen to break one, it is on us at the end of the day. Um, and yes, it would be nice if the companies uh, all were like maybe Top Step in that way where they close your position. So does My Funded Futures will close your position as well. But all these firms are going to have their little things that they do to get people to fail. That's probably one of the things Take Profit Trader does. You know, path to funded. Not really feel comfortable with intraday for Take Profit Trader. Yeah, no, it definitely does suck. The intraday with TPT, but if you can get past that, you can do well. Huh, very interesting. I've never heard that. LOL. You learned your lesson. Good. Yeah, you learned your lesson. You'll probably never do that again. Like the other day with Tradeify, I didn't realize that you lose the account if you hit end of day drawdown. I mean, technically that's our only rule, so I don't know how I didn't know it, but nonetheless, it happened. I can be upset about it, but I'm the one who didn't pay attention and read all the rules, even though I've traded with them in the past. So don't ask me how that happened. I lost also 2 accounts with TPT because didn't close on time. Yeah, it's frustrating, but you're probably not going to make that same mistake again. So they won on that account, but I mean, hopefully it doesn't happen again and it ends up being a lesson learned. But I mean, long term, losing a few accounts, if you can become profitable and make good money daily, shouldn't mean much, hopefully. But you also need to be realistic with yourself. That doesn't happen overnight. You're not going to wake up and be a good trader. You're not going to follow people on YouTube and just try to copy what they do and become a good trader. You need to try to learn things to be able to see the market in a certain way that works for you. Because how I trade the market might not work for Stock Tiger and I don't know, say Patrick Whelan for an example. We all may trade different. We can all still make money. If I try to trade like Tiger, it might not work for me. I might not be able to do it how he does it. I could try, but it may ultimately not work for me. So I need to find something that I can do successfully. Um, doesn't mean that I can't learn anything from these other people, but it's too easy to overlook rules with these prop firms. I lost 3 funded with Bullnox because I forgot to activate them within the time limit. I had no idea they had a time limit. That does suck. This is a journey, not a sprint. Yeah, I trade PW style. Oh well. I don't know how he trades. I used to watch him a little bit because he was kind of like one of the only people that actually like live streamed a long time ago, and I always thought he was like ridiculous, but that's just me. Um, PW is a number one. He is the best of the best. Nobody does the same as him. Fuck PW hate when he says that for real. I don't know. I don't know if he's the best of the best or if he just has the biggest YouTube channel and makes the most money off of YouTube. I don't know. It doesn't. It also doesn't matter. Um, Maybe I get rich like him. Kidding. He was wealthy before he started doing photography. I don't think so. I mean, I don't think he like. I think he made most of his money off YouTube. Honestly, I hear some people make like some serious. I mean, he has 400 subs, 400,000 subs. So between whatever he makes from like people using his codes and YouTube, like I don't think he needs trading uh, as an income, which maybe helps you be a better trader when you don't need it. He always says that. I hate it. Oh yeah, you hate when he says that. Yeah, I mean I get it. I mean he's like I I hate to say it, but like he's more of an entertainer than a trader, at least from what I've seen. But I also haven't really paid attention to him much the last few years because it seems like he's only grown with that trend of being an entertainer. Where actually, when he first started and he wasn't that famous, he probably was a better. I don't know if he was good, but he was probably more of a trader. Now he's more of an entertainer, and that's fine. Um, all right, let's go back to these markets, see what's going on. Getting a nice little push down, at least on super zoomed in. Could be a nice short, but it also looks like maybe we're supporting at the 17-ish level, maybe? FSP, he is good guy, like him and Tiger. What does FSP mean? I'm not sure who FSP is. I'm assuming that's a person. And at the end of the day, I'm not here. Future scalper. Okay, yeah, I'm not super familiar. I'm not here to bash anybody, even Patrick Wieland. If you watch Patrick Wieland and he either A, provides entertainment for you or provides any benefit to you, keep watching him. Great. That's awesome. But he is Chinese? Why you say it like that? What's wrong with being Chinese? I'll watch a Chinese person, that's fine. You're funny. You wouldn't say, but I'm white, would you? He's anti-copy trading? I mean, that's fine. Tiger is too, but I still do it. What works for me doesn't have to work for somebody else. I believe he started with photography, and I like to check in about once in a week to see what he's up to. I assume they're talking about PW. Yeah, I mean, I might watch a little occasionally, definitely not every week. You Nope, bro, don't get me wrong. I mean, I've never seen Chinese people trading stocks. Well, I don't know. I've seen most ethnicities do it. That might have to do with maybe laws in their country. Certain countries, they're not allowed to do some of that stuff. I don't know if there's laws in China that prevent it, day trading or not. I know that's kind of like a workaround for people trading props too. They're not actually trading futures, so they're allowed to trade in the simulated fake environment, and that's why certain people can't get moved to live accounts, which is interesting. Kind of a workaround. I do feel like at some point, maybe this is a triple bottom coming in. Maybe that wouldn't be a horrible play. I just don't know if I want to buy it blind, like buy the 22, 17, 15, and just pray. We could try it. What do you guys think? Put an order at 22.18 and just pray. What do y'all think? Could bounce, might not. His estimate for monthly on YouTube is 191,000, so around 2.4 million a year. PW not realistic. Yeah, I mean, if you're just trying to say like that his revenue off YouTube is so high, his trading doesn't matter. I agree. I don't know if he actually makes money from his trading or not. Some of these props have been supposedly cheat and say people make money even though they don't. You think we should try it? Alright, I don't know if we'll get filled, but we can
Order
try
submitted.
it. I think there's like a good bet we at least get some sort of bounce. There's a lot of orders on the book map right now.
Order filled.
I think I just want to become as knowledgeable as you, Nick. You make damn good in my eyes, and I would be so happy to just be where you're at. I mean, not every day is good for me. Don't let's realize that I'm not a god or anything, and I'm not perfect. But really, just every day, try to benefit yourself. Um, Ideally in trading, if that's what your goal is, but just in life in general, if you every day wake up and try to do something to learn something, I mean, over time you'll get better if you're consistent. Um, One thing that I heard a long time ago when people were like saying how hard trading is and XYZ, is was a comparison that you don't just wake up and become a doctor overnight. You know, you go to school and you practice, you're a resident, you're in school for like 12 years, sometimes up to 17, 18, depending on specialty. So for you to think you're going to wake up and make doctor level money overnight, like, it's unrealistic. You're going to have to pay tuition just like doctors pay tuition in school. You're going to have to pay some of that to the market, unfortunately. You're going to lose. It's going to be difficult. Same as it is for a doctor to become a doctor. Um, Not saying which one's harder or easier. They probably both have different challenges. Um, and not everybody can become a doctor. Not everybody can become a day trader. Um, when you're at professions that make, that sort of money, the reality is they make that sort of money because it is hard. It is challenging. Um, and I think you have to realize that with yourself. You're not going to just wake up and be successful. You're going to have to struggle. You're going to have to try, and you're going to have to want it. And you're going to have to fail a lot, unfortunately. Um, yes, but you're consistent. That's what I want. I mean, somewhat consistent. Um, Taihiko's probably saying that wrong, so my apologies. What's good? No, just chilling, trading, hoping to get a little bounce here. So, and sometimes some of the things that maybe improve our trading aren't necessarily based on what we know, but maybe how we handle our emotions. So maybe not going to the gym or something makes for a bad trading day. Not eating breakfast or something. It could be different for everybody, but there are things to pay attention to. Oh, I don't know if this is gonna work or not. Man, I mean, for Asia, I mean, it's a fair bit of orders that actioned here. 82. Um, but I'm not super thrilled with how these orders above it look like they're stacking up. But there's still plenty here that just doesn't look like it based on how the orders are put onto the level 2. There's certain Once they get over a certain number, they turn yellow and orange, and if they're not over that number, they stay blue. But the difference might be like one or two extra. Like 16 is, say, orange, and 13 is still blue. Only a 3 different, but changes the color. Hey, took one trade, made $32. Hey, $32, $32. Lunch money. It's actually a nice lunch. Really nice lunch. Hey, $32. That could be groceries at Aldi if you're really cheap. Any of you guys in any trades right now, currently? I feel like we're maybe starting to push back up, maybe. Still got some resistance to work through, of course, but yeah, I made one. I haven't shared it yet, so let me see if I. I forget you guys can see my screen. Oopsies. I don't know. This is it. Can y'all just search it? I don't know. Um, I don't know what I just did. Is your Discord paid for? No, it's free. There's nothing on it. I mean, I just made it. I mean, I haven't shared it with anybody yet. I made it the other day. Just at like a future point, you know, I need to do more to it and whatnot. So, I mean, feel free to join, but there's nothing on it yet. At some point, I did want to go through and put some videos from that I've personally used to learn with that have been beneficial to me. But there's nothing there right now. So please join if you want. It's up to you. But don't expect there to be anything there. Also, if someone's trying to join, let me know if it's working. I don't know if that's how you do it or not. Yo, what's up, man? Back to this. Yep, I'm up today. In the lower left corner, you can see the accounts. Nice. So I'm not like up like $5,000 or anything crazy, but 750 per account roughly right now. So I mean, it's still pretty good. 2.5 hours in. Pretty good. Not good with odd numbers like this, but 780 now. 2.5 divided by 780. Oh, I did that wrong. $312 an hour. I mean, I ain't gonna complain. It's good money. And that's per account, even though they're not all funded though, so it's fine. But even if just one account was funded, that's still good money, and I have more than one funded account in there. I shared my trade. What do you think of Target? Oh, did you share it in Discord? Strange thing. What's your name in Discord? I'm assuming it's this Maverick something. Oh, so you're short. 3. It's possible. I mean, I like it. We are kind of stair stepping down. That's a realistic target. Maybe consider at certain levels where you might want to take one off. I don't know. I don't like, and maybe like everyone's trading strategy is different. Some of it depends on what type of account you have. Like if you had an intraday account, that might be a bad target for an intraday account, in my opinion, because you're going to be in profit, and then the market might turn against you. Then you might be in profit again, and like that could be bad, you know. I like to lock in gains. Also, is it intraday? Yours? You're asking me? I don't know what yours is. Oh yeah. No, I'm sorry. That's someone else saying that. Yeah. I like to lock in. Yeah, I think locking some gains in wouldn't be bad, especially if you're up a grand. Like, and you have 3 contracts. Like, maybe take one off the table. Because you would just realize like just how I bought that level of support. You know, we could still be in a market that's going to go down tonight, but that doesn't mean we don't go up 15, 20 points here. So sometimes taking some off the table is not always bad. You can always add it back too. That's just my thoughts on that. Do you just trade Asian session or others as well? Mainly Asian, just because I have a full-time job, so I have to trade what I can trade. But like today, I didn't stream it because it was just there wasn't enough time. I got home at like 3:40, 3:35, and I jumped on a long real quick and traded for like 5-10 minutes. It worked out pretty quickly, and I just was happy, and I was pretty much done after that. I did a little messing around, but nothing serious after that. So mostly Asia, but not entirely. Well, I'm in the military, so I have a contract. So I can't just get out. And I wouldn't get out even if I could just get out. I want, I've been in the military for a while. I want to get my pension. I want my insurance benefits. I've been in for a while. Those are the things that are going to make, my life less stressful as I hopefully am able to day trade after the military for a career, is having insurance, having some of the benefits that I've worked hard to have. I'm in the Navy, and you're welcome. No worries. It was a valid question. But also realize, like, you don't have to. I think, and that's one thing I don't know. I'm not there yet, because I don't have that option right now. But like, if you if you think that quitting your job and trading more is going to necessarily equate to making more money, like in trading, that might not necessarily be true. Kind of to my point I was talking earlier, more time in the market does not necessarily equate to making more money in the market. Um, more in the market, we also have the chance of losing money. So um, we don't have to be in the market at all times to do well. Um, I'm just gonna take this out here.
Order
28.
submitted.
It's a 10 point if I can get it. 10-point move. Looks like it should fill in a second. Yeah.
Order filled.
We're at like VWAP right now. Maybe we push past it, or maybe it's maybe it ends up being resistance. But 10-point move, one contract, $200. Fairly quick, easy trade. Nothing wrong with that. Oops. Alright. Benefits are the best from the military. Yeah, there are good benefits, but they do come at a cost. So it's not all roses. Your uncle retired from the Air Force and has been living on base, working for them with his family ever since. He retired after 20 years now. He's in his late 60s. Oh, that's dope. Yeah, I mean, it has its benefits, of course. The pay is not that great in my opinion, but the benefits are pretty good. The pension is decent. The fact that you have a pension is great. The amount you get from the pension is probably not sustainable for most people to live off of, unless they've saved a lot of money when they were in. But it's great for people to have a pension and then they go start another career, whether it's the same thing they did in the military or not, and now they're getting that extra income. So in that sense, it's pretty great. Great call, made some profit with you. Nice. And that's kind of hard. It's when you take profit, especially when you only bought one contract, it's a double-edged sword because if I would have had two, I could have took one off the table, and I could have let the other one run. But I haven't been trading two contracts, even though that probably would have been an appropriate trade to trade two contracts with. I don't want to get stuck into. I don't want to ruin tonight. $880 per account, roughly. It's good money. There's no reason to change my leverage at this point tonight. How do you not get emotional when you trade? When I watch you win or lose, your emotions are perfect. I got so mad today and revenge traded and lost more than I should have. Well, I am not perfect, so I mean, there are times where I don't take the L and I blow up too. But I'm trying to be better myself at times, and I think normally I'm pretty good. And one way to do that is by not over leveraging. You start over leverage. I know that's my biggest problem. If I over leverage and I start over leveraging, I'm willing to just keep going down that, oh, I'll just add another contract type thing. And there's a certain point where that DCAing is just like excessive, and downright stupid. Tony, hey Nick, just curious if you follow or what you think of ICT. I always see mixed reviews on the guy, good and bad. Just want to get opinions from people that actually are successful or at the very least educating and trading. Well, I don't. Is ICT a person? I thought that was a trading strategy. Um, I think there's something to be said with ICT and like most things. Like this is the fib or something. Like there's something to be said about fibs. They can work. Like look at this fib. I'm pointing at it with my finger. I'm being stupid, but like it's using this fib as support. It's building it and then it's coming back down to it as support. We're breaking past it, coming down to it as support, breaking past of it, and coming back to it as support. Like, is that coincidence? I don't know, but there could be something to it. Um, that doesn't mean that. But the problem with any strategy is not only do you have to be able to know it, you have to be able to execute it properly. Um, I don't. Inner circle trader, he calls himself Michael. Uh, yeah, I don't. I've never watched him, so I don't know. Not beginner friendly. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to watch him to like be able to comment. So I don't know. Oh, you're welcome. Like, if he's doing well and like he's live streaming and he's like constantly killing it, I mean, he's probably onto something, especially if it's live. But I don't know. Yeah, you're welcome. No worries. I trade ICT. Some of the stuff works, other stuff just bogus that influencers on TikTok and YouTube come up with. And that's probably a valid point. Like, um, and maybe not. I would say there's two ways of that. Some of it could be complete bogus, and the other thing is the other part that you think is bogus isn't bogus, and you're just not executing it right, or you're not taking it at the right time. Um, I think I said this last night. Like, if a certain setup worked 100% of the time, um, we would just hire these tech nerds to, build some Python code for us, and we would plug it into our Ninja Traders and things, and it would just trade for us. And we would never look at these charts again. We would just wake up to having more money in our accounts every day, and we would never take a loss. But obviously, that's not realistic, and that's never going to happen. Um, you could probably have some genius write these codes for you, but you'd probably have to be able to pick uh, from your 50 different code sequences which one is the best, maybe for this candle setup, based on what the market does next. Um, it's just not that simple, I don't think. I agree with the validity of fair value gaps. I don't trade it though. A pullback into an area of imbalance. Yeah. Never unsim a pullback into the area of imbalance. Basically saying like it sounds like a trap. The market's trapping people, and the ICT, I guess, strategy is capitalizing on that probably. Ooh, pushing. Market's pushing up. Definitely sold too early. Who was that we were just talking to? Guys, I need help with my eval. Help me. Everyone help. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Funny though. Maverick, you take any profits on your short yet? So I think, and obviously this is too, you probably don't want this feedback at this point, but stop filled, okay. But when there's a bottom here, a bottom here, and a bottom here, I think we probably should have asked ourselves, is it a triple bottom, or could it have been a triple bottom? And the answer, I think, is yes. And it maybe would have made sense to at least take one off the table there, because we're reaching a point where we are maybe gathering support to go longer. That doesn't necessarily mean we don't go longer, get up here, roll over, and come back down. I'm not saying what the market's going to ultimately do. But we get a double bottom, we get a triple bottom. These are areas where the market could turn against you if you're, short and the market's bottoming out. It might make sense to take one off, two off, and leave a runner. You probably, hindsight's 2020, but looking at kind of this from before, I would have liked the idea of maybe taking something off there. Well, a triple bottom of the 5 minute, but it's a triple bottom on probably the 15 minute too. Let's see. Yeah. You can see it right there. Here, here, here. So if you can find confluences like that on a larger time frame, it's more likely to work out. You find a triple bottom on a 1 minute, that doesn't mean much. You find a triple bottom on a 5 minute, means a little bit more. You find that on a 15, a 30, a 60-minute chart. Now we're really building the level of true support at that level. So I'm not surprised. Yeah, higher time frames hold higher power. Exactly. And that's just kind of something for us to remind ourselves when we are trading, that you might be short from the 60s or whatever, and we might be dead set on it coming down here to the 2320 or something like that. No, not 2320. 23,250 or something like that. But just because that's what our mind's set on, that doesn't mean it has to happen. We see these patterns like this coming. We should ask ourselves, ooh, maybe I shouldn't be as greedy. Maybe I should take something off the table. And it's not to say I can't take. You're up at the end of the day. You can take one or two off, and you could set your other to break even. When you're up 1,000, and obviously you stopped out. You made a 500. It sounds like, which is still a good trade. But you could have took one or two off there. Put your stop loss on probably where it was, and you probably could have locked in like 700, 800 easily. But then the devil's advocate is that if it would have just went to your target, you would have made a lot more, I understand. So kind of just, these are things you have to think about while you're trading. And you have to be okay with the... Oh, nice. Yeah, it worked out. So, I mean, obviously I took profit way too early, probably, but it's okay. I mean, we could keep pushing. There's could enter now, maybe even. Like I'm not going to, I don't think, but we break 60, we keep going higher. Yeah, I normally trade minis, but not always. Ooh, breaking out. So yeah, and we just broke out. I mean, we could buy right now. If you're a breakout trader, we could buy. Um, buy two. I take one off up there if I can get it. Ooh, that might not work.
Order
See?
submitted.
I don't know. Maybe that wasn't so smart.
Order submitted. Order filled. Order submitted.
$66.5. It's a big candle. That's the problem with getting it in like there is that where's the stop loss? Oof. And now I'm red. Maybe it wasn't so smart. Yikes. We're gonna try, do one more ad. This is probably stupid,
Order filled.
but we're gonna try it.
Order submitted.
Yeah, it just doesn't, oof. Not smart. I might have just got trapped by the market. Missing the rip. Yeah, well, yeah, you also missed the dump, Chris, so you might have did better than all of us. Hmm. Looks like some buy volume just jumped in for a second. Alright, this is not working out. I'm gonna get out. Yeah, so I just kind of fucked my night up.
Order filled.
That sucks. Definitely got trapped, and then I added, and it didn't work. And on that note, I think I'm going to walk away. 2300 in the red, no bueno. But I'm gonna take a little break, and maybe I'll come back on later. Maybe not. We'll see. But have a good night, guys.